Warning: this podcast may contain adult content or language. It also might contain content that could be seen from others as uncomfortable or upsetting due to personal reasons. If that is the case, then please proceed with caution or stop the video, as we at the table are comfortable in most circumstances. This is a safety blanket meant for all individuals watching these episodes, as it is unclear what story content will be displayed. Hope you enjoy the story.
Well, hello, and welcome back to DoubleTime.
Hello.
I don't remember where we left off.
It's been a really long time. Where we last left off was in the city of Lork. We spoke to the refugees of Loudwater, and they explained the circumstances and everything that went with it. And we decided to send them to Waterdeep, so that way they can get like a new lifestyle going, because they're miserable in Lork, because Lork sucks. But
It's pretty bad.
Before that, but to celebrate with us, kind of a going away kind of ordeal to raise some morale, they planned to go to dinner, got nice suits, went and waited for the single member of the old group that was sent before us, Rask, I think that was his name.
Yep.
And we went off to dinner to a very expensive, nice, and beautiful restaurant, of which was very immediate, it was ruined. Ruined is a poor example of just what
it was
actually
really
happened.
fucked up.
It was bad. They were attacked by the Magi, which had slain majority of the rest of the restaurant, including the chefs, and nearly us. But through some quick planning and some lucky rolls, they bypassed through it, taking the body of the magic caster from that group. After being initially suspicious, or deemed as suspicious by the authorities, they were quickly absolved. Is that the word I'm thinking of? Absolved of their crimes. And they went to bed for a day. Sent the refugees home. And Divinine and Berta? I can't remember the older sister.
Are they written down?
I'm pretty sure they are. I just haven't.
Divinine and Herta, yeah.
Herta, not Berta. Herta. And Rask were sent to Waterdeep. Waking up the next morning, Jester took the time to ask the mage person a handful of questions. Some repeated, some asked with ironic twists to them, before kicking his body to lay next to a number of pigs that may or may not eat it in the coming of days.
I really hope they do. It's what that guy deserves.
And that's pretty much where we left off. I know that we let go in a kind of a stranger place. I think we were talking about what our plan was in where we were going to stay, or what we were going to do.
Sure. I can roll with that.
I mean, we can pause and go to the last episode and listen to the last 5 minutes. But I'm pretty sure that's where we were talking.
I accept. I have no recollection of anything.
Alright, we'll just go with that then.
Alright. So, Anna.
Yes.
Oh my. You find yourself standing amongst your friends. Has the other group departed yet? I don't recall.
They are. They left the night rather than waiting. They couldn't gather
Right,
to
yes.
sleep.
It's coming back to me. Burst, Eris, and Chalet are kind of absent-mindedly standing around this shantytown camp, not really sure what to do. They seem severely out of place.
Okay, so we need to find some answers based off of what we learned. The Magi will come looking for us. They know where we are, but from what Jester gathered, they're going to find us. So we can...
Barst turns to you, and he kind of gives you like a haphazard look. Really? Your best bet is to just let them find us? That's what we're going on here?
No, I haven't finished yet. We need to learn a few things about what they're trying to do, and then go based off of the location from there. Clearly they're finding us some way, so we just have to figure out what way that is. And why they're targeting us specifically. They were, from what Jester had gathered, we were considered liars to the truth, or those that hide the truth, I think it was. So they clearly are keeping a close eye on me and Jester, at least.
His brow furrows. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Jester's the one that asked him. I'm not too sure myself, though I do have a few more questions I'd like to go ask, but I think we should talk to the guards and ask them if we can go see the body of the other man that was skewered on the floor.
I suppose it can't hurt to ask.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So yeah, I'm gonna head over to the wall that basically contains the barracks and the dwarven captain.
Hell yeah. So you make your way over there. All your friends follow you. Creepy smile. You make it there without incident. Open the door. I suppose the guards let you in, then you open the door. The captain is not present, and there doesn't appear to be anyone willing to talk to you in the immediate area.
Where's his name?
A couple of the guards kind of look over their shoulder at you and scowl.
Lochthwain? I have a Captain Lochthwain on here.
No. That was the dude in Waterdeep.
What?
Hmm?
Or is it Garen?
What?
His name is Garen.
Yes?
I think.
Yes, has to be.
I just keep seeing a lot of smiley faces on this notes page.
I've been adding smiley faces as we go.
Just seeing a lot of them. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's Garen.
Yes. He is not in.
He isn't?
No.
Well, would we be able to investigate the body from last night? The one that was in the restaurant?
How did you... Kind of scowls at you and mutters to himself under his breath. Nothing intelligible. Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
That was a good one, at least. Second roll? Hey, that was okay. I'm pretty sure my persuasion's like +1, maybe. No, my persuasion I think is +4, actually, because I'm proficient in it. Yeah, so 18.
Ma'am, I know you were present. I heard from the first responders, but unfortunately, it would be breaking the law to allow a civilian access into files and evidence of this nature.
Well, I feel like we were targeted by this group. Clearly they went to come find us, so I would like to be able to find something that might be able to protect us, or something that I could learn or glean from his body.
Look, I know you have semi-noble intentions, maybe. I don't know you, but I'm assuming you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. I can't just allow you access to the stuff. I could end up in jail, lose my job, lose my home.
What if you supervised us?
Make a persuasion check.
17.
Fine. You're not going to leave this alone.
I'm not. We almost got
Fine.
murdered.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Come with me.
Fine. I'm sorry for asking, but I need to kind of, not die. I'm going to follow him.
He just looks dead behind the eyes. You can come with. Your friends have to stay out here, though.
That's fine. I can go by myself.
So you follow this man. He takes you through one of the side doors into the wall interior, up a set of stairs to another door, like a small landing, just like a single small landing with one door. Opens it up, and you step into what appears to be like a morgue of some variety. Just a very large room lit by candles with stone tables everywhere. Some have bodies with a sheet over them, some don't. You can see there is one residing doctor in the room wearing semi-fancy clothes. Something that is kind of atypical for a doctor. He doesn't pay you any notice when you step in.
And the body is in this room.
Yeah, he takes you to the far side of the room, to one of the more busy corners.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to the guard. Did they find anything on his body? Anything of his possessions that seemed off?
Nothing substantial. A few coins. A couple of weapons. Seem to be carrying nothing of import.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to that busier doctor, the one that's kind of didn't pay any mind to us. Excuse me, sir.
Okay. Oh, yes. You can see that he's kind of just singing to himself when you approach, and he looks like he's enjoying himself just a little bit too much.
I'm gonna try to pretend like I'm playing no mind, or paying no mind to it.
Okay.
Have you found anything interesting about the body?
Oh, well, he was a very big man, as I'm sure you've seen.
Mm-hmm. I've experienced.
As you're talking to him, he is just like cutting open like his abdomen, just like without a care in the world. Yes, he looks rather well built. Why?
I'm very well versed in ritualistic magic, and I wanted to try to glean something from his subconscious in his state.
He stops and thinks for a minute, and in the meantime, he has his hand inside of like his like chest cavity, and he's rooting around for something.
If you have any questions you would want to ask him, I can ask them for you.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Good thing I have the advantage. 14.
Well, I do like the dead, and the dead talking sounds like something I could also enjoy, so go for it. I'm continuing my work, though.
That's fine. Just leave his head alone.
Fine, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up. And I'm going to cast first, using my second level spell, Zone of Truth, on top of him.
Clever.
And then I'm going to cast Speak with the Dead.
Okay, that is a charisma saving throw. For a corpse. That is, yeah, that's a big fail. That's 3.
Okay, yes, I believe my 15 is going to beat that. Okay, so as he comes to like partial life, his mouth just kind of like opening. I'm guessing the doctor's like gonna cream himself or something. Dude's freaking me out.
Make a perception check.
Oh god. Thank god I rolled a natural 2. This is sweet. I don't have to notice anything.
Everything seems fine.
I think that's a 3. Yeah, it's a 3. Yes. Okay.
So the corpse's eyes flutter open, and he kind of looks around and locks eyes with you. Doctor continues to root around, pulls out his heart, you can see, examines it, and puts it back in.
Oh god. I'm just gonna I'm gonna turn slightly so that way I'm only looking at the thing's face, so I'm not looking at him ripping out organs.
The corpse looks down, looks terrified, looks back at you.
I'll tell him to stop once I get my 5 questions. Oh shit, actually, I'm in my own zone of truth, aren't I?
You have to make your own save against us.
It's every creature within 15 feet.
Save against your own saving throw DC.
Fuck. Wait, charisma saving throw. We're proficient, yeah. Okay, good. I got a 16. I pass.
You hardly passed against your own save. Congratulations. Doctor also has to make a saving throw. He also fails with a nat 1.
Yes. Good. I can ask him questions later. He would know about the zone of truth being up, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put my fingers together. Was what happened to Loudwater called anything specific?
They called it the Sundering.
Alright, I need to mark that down. That's fucking important. The Sundering. Where can I find your headquarters?
We don't have one here.
How do you communicate amongst each other?
Only the mages do. They just tell us what to do.
How long have you been with the Magi?
Since we left from Thay.
Left from Thay?
They. Yes, they. Make a history check.
Ooh, oh boy, here's why I get to be good old Anna, because man, Tyler ain't smart, but hit Anna is. Except when you roll like dog shite. 16?
16. You would know enough to know that Thay is a mageocracy to the far east. They are generally perceived as very bad people.
Oh.
Though this doesn't seem to fit in with their ideals of, like, subjugation. This seems more like obliteration to you. You would know that the wizards from Thay normally go by the title of Red Wizard, or, yeah, just Red Wizard. Very, very bad people.
Okay.
They also like slavery. That's all you're getting with your 16.
Alright, yeah. Damn it. Rolled a natural 4, for fuck's sake. This is the one thing that I have a plus 11 in next to Arcana. Alright, I have one more question. Where can I find your stockpile of magic items?
It would be with the group, and, well, I don't know where they are.
Alright, fair enough. I had to try. They don't have any other
I'm
questions.
sorry, not.
That's fine. I'll let him,
As he
I'll
laughs, his
let him
eyes
keep
roll
going.
back and he falls down.
That's fine. I'll let the doctor keep going then. Fuck you. Flip off the body.
There is no response.
That's fine. He'll see it from the afterlife. Maybe. Thank you, Doctor. I gathered something very important.
That was amazing. Do it again.
I unfortunately actually can't today. I will have to come back, so if you would like, retain the condition of his head, and I'll be able to.
When you say retain the head, his eyes just light up. I can do that.
Okay. Try to at least sew up the stitching around his neck then, so that way it's not just, entrails. Makes it a lot easier to preserve. As I kind of, lurch in my own stomach, just... Ugh. Ew.
Someone has a weak stomach, I see. Yes, that's fine. Yes. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
However, if I do this, you wouldn't happen to have... let me check let me just try to remember real quick. You wouldn't happen to have any ivory strips, would you?
I'm a doctor, not a ivory strip holder.
I was just wondering if you
No.
have any... Okay, do you know anyone that might?
Could check the Mercantile District, I guess.
Alright.
At you.
Alright. Thank you. I was only curious. Is there anything else that you need from me? For letting me do this, or any questions you might have?
He looks at you for just a moment too long without saying anything. Nope. Gives a weak smile.
I'm gonna leave.
The guard escorts you back downstairs.
Is he always... How long has he been in here?
We don't ask questions with him.
I suppose
He's very good at his job, and he never fails. So we just let him be.
does seem to like to dissect things. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for this. I really needed to gather what I did. Alright.
Yes, I will take note of all this and add it to the file. I'm also putting your name down, sir.
That is fine. Call me Izith.
Thank you. He jots something down on a piece of paper. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
How... Where would I go if I was going to be seeking aid financially with a group, potentially?
The bank?
Alright, fair enough. And I'm just gonna turn around, slightly embarrassed, and just leave with my group. Just walk up to my group of friends. God, these two questions, I guess, are so simple. So simple and answered. For fuck's sake.
Eris walks up to you. Are you okay?
What's going on in my mind?
I heard you ask him about a financial business. Have you never seen a bank before?
I honestly don't have enough money to go to a bank personally. No, I need to find a number of things. I gathered some information. An event called the Sundering is what happened to Loudwater. And I need to learn of as much that I can from that. And I have a way to, but I need to have 5 specific objects to be able to do it. So...
Okay, what are these objects?
I need 4 ivory strips and a lot of incense.
The incense I can take care of. That's not a problem.
250 gold piece worth of incense?
That's a problem.
It's a lot of incense.
What on earth are you up to?
I have a spell that will give me a very significant and important information about things. It'll tell me about tales or stories, secret things about it. And this sounds like something drastic.
It really does.
Just before I go off on this, do I know anything about the Sundering? Would I have heard anything about it?
Make a sec. Yep. Make a history check with disadvantage.
Okay. Come on, history check. That's good. Come on. This is the one time that I can get, like, if I get another 19, I got a 30 in history. Okay, I didn't get a 19, but I still got an okay number. I got a 16, so that is a 27.
27. Oh, okay. Get ready for some deep lore.
Okay, let me get my notes. Let me save you some time. Is this of legendary importance? This event.
Heretical legendary importance, yes.
Okay, because I'm going to be casting legend lore. So, if it saves you time, if you're trying to like pick and choose what information to give to me, I'm going to go cast this spell.
I will just let you know, with your roll, that you know that this is a thing that has occurred in the past and that has played a fundamental role in the development of the Sword Coast and all surrounding area.
The development of the Sword Coast?
Or like how things are the way they are.
Oh.
Not like land or anything like that, but more of like how the people are, the populace, how ideologies have been formed.
Would I know that is partly why, would I be able to make the connection that is partly why Neverwinter is in its state of despising magic?
You could probably bridge the gap with the uprising of the mages being somehow related to this, but with Neverwinter's ban on magic was more for that purpose because they were afraid to be overthrown by the more powerful people.
Okay. Would I gather the same kind of information from that as legend lore? Do you have other information that I can't ask that?
Yes, I have quite a bit.
Okay.
I have quite a bit of information.
Then I would still probably want to go do legend lore with what I learned, because I need to know of the significant things that might have been able to prevent the Sundering, or how the Sundering comes to being. I need to figure this out. So I'm going to go out into the marketplace to buy ivory strips and incense.
Okay, how much do these ivory strips go for on a player to DM basis? Because I have no fucking idea. Great. Do we even have money to afford all this?
We have a few things. We have 3 orange gemstones, which the value of which have vanished. I'm assuming that they're within...
There were 100, weren't they?
I think there were... Because we didn't have anything that was specifically 100. I think it was 150?
150 or 125?
I'll roll a d20. Well, if it's 15 or above, then it's 150. Alright, it's 125. I got 4.
All right.
Okay.
Good job.
So... I need 400... Fuck, I need 450 gold pieces in total. Because I need 250 gold pieces of incense. We need 4 ivory strips. Fuck. Okay, that's fine.
Chalet comes up to you. You know, if you need money, we still have the majority of the gold that we got for selling that the gemstone you gave us.
Yeah, this is gonna be something that we're gonna be broke, but this is something that we will need, I feel. And to be honest, I'm just kind of excited about doing it. I haven't done something like this before, and I want to learn.
All right. I give you all the gold. It comes up to a bit. I'm doing the math, crunching the numbers. 250 gold pieces.
Oh, Jesus, sweet. All right. They hand me a fucking bag filled with 250 gold pieces.
It's fucking huge.
This is perfect. So yeah.
Yes, we're all back beneath the poverty line. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna go out in search of the ivory strips and the incense. Can I dip into Jester's persuasion skill to try to lessen the cost some from here and there?
Go for it.
Okay. What's Jester's persuasion score?
High as fuck. Give me a second.
Probably better than my 4.
Oh, I was wrong. No, yours is higher.
Oh.
He's not proficient in it.
Oh.
If it was performance, oh my.
Oh, well then, fuck, I'm not using that then. If I knew that, I wouldn't. He would have told me that. It's like, man, I'm not very persuasive. If you want.
His persuasion bonus is +3.
Oh, mine's +4. You have a charisma of 16 though. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to lessen the costs from here and there.
Couldn't you use your divine feature to gain proficiency?
I am proficient. I just have a charisma of 10.
Oh, I see. You disgust me.
I didn't roll well for my intelligence stats. I think I got a 15, an 11, or a 15, a 12, and a 10.
Yikes. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't roll a 10 and
roll
16. I got a 13 plus 4, 17.
17. As you go around, you manage to knock off, in total, about 30 gold pieces.
Okay, so it cost me 420 gold pieces.
Yeah.
So so at 420, I'm just gonna knock the 3 gemstones. So that's 375. So I need another
145.
No, I only need 45 because that's 375. The total is 420.
Yes. No. Yes.
Because if the total was originally 450, knocking 30
it's all
off.
been a test. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we're sitting at 218 gold pieces.
Good. We're still above the poverty line, kind of.
I mean, look, man. Poverty is where we started.
Our boat is taking on lots of water again. Here we go.
Look, we got an 8-orbed necklace. How expensive is that?
I mean, it's a necklace of fireballs.
Yeah,
so
we're not tossing. We're not getting rid of that. For fuck's sake.
I haven't used it yet either.
Yeah, well, you need it.
I need it.
Well, I mean, you're not the one that casts spells.
Fine, I do need it.
In
you
reality,
feel better about yourself
in reality,
now?
actually, thinking back on it, that would have been so useful against the bitch using counterspell.
Yeah.
Damn it! Lesson learned. I'm throwing the damn necklace. Throw it all at her.
The whole thing.
Fucking die! Alright. So, I'm gonna just stuff probably the good 50 pounds of incense. How much incense is that?
Barst is there to hold it. He just takes it all. He gets this massive pot full, like a cloth thing over the lid.
So
it's just huge.
So the incense will be consumed by the spell, but the ivory strips won't. So I'm gonna mark the ivory strips in our bag.
Do that.
Yeah.
Just needs a new toothpick.
Shut up. This is my legend lore. 4 ivory strips. 50 GP. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the tent. I'm gonna set up a mass, slight burning of the incenses. Directly. I want to do it kind of out of sight, so behind the tent.
Okay. Yeah, you set up behind the tent. You set the pot right in the center, and you set the 5 ivory strips kind of in like a star pattern around it, kind of like the 5-pointed like circle star, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Barst and Chalet take up positions on either side of the alley to keep people away, and Eris kind of just hovers and watches, takes notes.
Okay. I'm going to go onto my knees. I'm going to put my coin directly in front of the pot, hold the sunburst necklace on my side, and I'm going to start casting Legend Lore. It takes 10 minutes to cast. And I'm going to say the Sundering. Do you need me to describe Legend Lore?
Let me just pull it up here.
Okay.
Quick read. Okay.
Oh, actually, I didn't even read the end of this. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive.
Good. Well, you're going to get some very precise information, my friend. I hope you're ready.
Okay, let me get my notes out. This is going to take some time to type. All right.
Okay. As you cast your spell, you are presented with a wealth of information that gets beamed directly into your forehead via your coin. I will just list it off here and not do anything fancy because that would take way too fucking long.
Okay.
You know that the Sundering was an event that dates back to... How fast can I go? Can you keep up?
Yep, I'm
Okay, good. We're going full speed.
Okay.
It dates back to an ancient empire that no one remembers the name of. That was built by, like, the most powerful wizards in existence at the time. They lived in floating cities on mountains and shit like that. Very, very powerful.
Okay.
The Sundering occurred after their most powerful mage, Karsus, attempted to
What was his
become
name?
a god. Karsus, Karsus.
Okay.
He attempted to become, or at least steal the powers of Mystra to end a war that they were in. Spell failed, however, because you can't just become a god that easily. And when the powers were stolen from Mystra, all their cities fell out of the sky because the weave exploded. And in certain pockets where there was a condensed area of the weave, when that all fell away, it created an anti-magic area, which you would know to be called the Sundering.
So when the weave faded, the magical...
Yeah, when the weave died, wherever there was a what's the word? Wherever there was a large amount of the weave focused on like a central point, like a ley line or something like that,
Mhm.
The land was scarred and it became known as the Sundering.
So concentrated places where the weave was more like
Where the weave was
congregated.
at its more powerful.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was scarred, called the Sundering.
Yep. It turned vast stretches of the continent into a desert. You would know that the desert directly across the mountains to the east of us right now is where the kingdom used to be.
And where was this at again? Where was the desert is to the east of us, you said?
I believe so. I'd have to look at a map. But
Yeah.
it's very close to where we are currently.
Okay. Okay.
You would know also about the Sundering that it can be recreated, but it requires exceptionally powerful mages. Like, we're talking extremely powerful epic level magic that goes well beyond 9th level spells.
Oh, fuck. Would this have given me anything to prevent the Sundering? Or to maybe possibly revert the effects of it?
The land will heal over time, but it takes like a century to do so, as Mistra herself has to come and fix the land, fix the weave around it, and then eventually it will heal on its own.
Jeez. Is that everything that I get then?
You would also know, it covers any information, right? Even stuff that no one else knows?
I mean, that's up to you, but based off of what the spell tells me, it says even secret lore that has never been widely known.
Alright. Yes, to explain things, I will continue.
Okay. Man,
You would know.
This spell's great.
You would also know that in Thay, far, far to the east, like on the other side of the continent, someone there managed to create more sundering. Recently, within the past 10-ish years. You don't know who this person is. Whatever name has been attributed to it has been scoured from all history, everywhere. But you do know that they were banished, and when they were banished, they took a large amount of followers from Thay and they headed away from there to an unknown location. And that is all you learn.
Oh, God. I'm just gonna, like... Would this have, like, any altering effect to my physique of, like, this occurring, or would I have just been stationary?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, because, yeah, this was a lot. Oh, man. Oh, God. Hey, natural 20.
Natural 20. You feel
The most useless
extremely lethargic. You feel extremely tired. But you know that this will eventually pass, and you just have to push through it.
Okay. Everyone. Learn some grave news. Some importance that I'm trying to piece together. I'm gonna go over what I know, at least, with the rest of them about how what the Sundering is and what happened to Loudwater. I'm gonna bring up the fact specifically that it will at least heal over time, which might hopefully kind of lessen their impact of it. Just based off of what I written down, it says I've put down in Thay, far to the east, someone there managed to create more Sundering within 10 years. Mm-hmm. There's no knowledge of them, but they exist to the east of the neighboring continent. Is it the neighboring continent or just further than that?
Thay is on the same continent. It is the other side of whatever the fuck this continent's called.
Okay,
I don't remember.
This continent I think is called never mind.
Faerun?
Because that's the whole world I think is called Faerun. But
isn't that Toril? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
On the other side of this landmass to the east is where they live.
They took followers of Thay to an unknown location. My guess is that they created the Magi. Like, this individual who learned how to create more Sundering created the Magi. We need to go back to Waterdeep for two reasons. One, we need to inform what we've learned. Staying here is not going to get us anywhere anymore. Yeah, I don't know how they create the Sundering. I just know that that's what the Sundering is. So,
yep.
We need to return because I have an idea of what they're trying to accomplish. They're trying to take Mistra's energy, potentially. Someone in the past had tried, and a man named Karsus tried to steal Mistra's power and failed, but Mistra herself lost enough power that the weave started to fail, the magical energy that creates all arcane arts. And that's what the Sundering actually was created from, was the weave failing. If they're trying to take Mistra's energy, then they may be looking for a direct gate to find Mistra. There may be more, there may be less, I don't know where portals to wherever she lays, but I know that that the well in Waterdeep has passages to all of the different planes. Maybe that's why they were there to begin with. They could have been
scouting around.
They could have been looking for this well.
Barst is very unhappy, more than usual. Well, we step into a bigger pile of shit every time, don't we?
Yes, that was only the first reason why we need to go back. Because we're up Shit's Creek. The second reason is they are beyond us. Their magics can wipe out cities in minutes. We are not going to stand up. Make a perception check? Oh, yep. No. Is it worth the channel divinity? Yes, I'm going to use my channel divinity to become proficient in perception.
Okay.
Oh, God. 9.
9? Starting to get cloudy.
We need to leave. We need to leave. We need to leave right now. Everyone. Oh, shit. We're on the north end. There's no way we're going to run all the way out. We need to go into the mountains.
Into the mountains?
We're on the other side of the city. How are we going to flee that fast?
Can we get into the mountains from here? Are there any paths up that you know of?
Isn't there a gate beyond, like, the restaurant that we were at? Because there's two walls, right? There's one wall on one side that's the mountain.
There's the huge ass wall that kind of like encapsulates them from the plains around the city. But there would definitely be a smaller wall up in the mountains to keep invaders out. So you can assume there's a gate up there, but you haven't really seen a full gate. The gate you saw that was by the restaurant was up into the richer districts.
Okay. Do these clouds look malicious? Are they, like, forming unnaturally?
Make a nature check.
Okay. Oh, man, that's not very good for me. Nature, you say? I mean, at least it's +3. That's a natural 1.
You aren't totally sure.
Am I correct in assuming that we're more towards that, the other gate, the one that we weren't, or at least the other side of the wall?
Yes.
Okay. Then, yes, we need to leave that way. We're not going to make it through the city. I think what happened to Loudwater is about to happen here.
Everybody's eyes go wide.
We need to leave now. I'm going to, because I changed up my spells a lot. A fair amount, because I didn't realize how useful some of these spells were. I'm going to cast as a second level Bless on all 4 of us.
Bless, yes.
It is a good spell.
It is a very good spell. So all of us get a D4 that we can add to our saving throws for the next minute.
Nice. Good for you. What makes you think you're gonna leave?
Fuck. Alright,
Alright, everybody kicks into high gear. They pick up all their belongings, shove them into the bag, and you all take off.
Okay. It might be easier if everyone into the bag. I'm gonna hold up the bag and I'm gonna flap out my wings. Because otherwise we're gonna have to run in between alleyways. It might be faster if I just fly away.
Yep. So everybody like unceremoniously gets into the bag. There's no like flare or anything. Everybody just gets
like diving in. I'm imagining a clown car in my fucking
A couple
pocket.
people who are on the street look down the alley and see these people jumping into the bag, and they look scared. And they walk at a brisker pace away.
All right, actually, in reality, how heavy is everyone?
How much can the bag hold?
I think the bag can hold 500 pounds. How heavy is Barst?
He's probably only about 250
Okay.
at most.
So then how much does Chalet weigh?
Oh,
With her
God,
armor.
her armor weighs a fuck ton.
Yeah. So in reality, I would have said, fuck it, and I'm actually not going to have them go in the bag. I'm going to throw down the portable hole, and everyone gets in that. Because that can hold way more.
Into the hole.
Into the hole. We got 2 ways of transportation.
Everybody gets in the hole.
Okay, and now I'm going to fold it up. I'm gonna... Okay, how many people are around?
Quite a few. It's a busy early morning.
Are there any kids?
You see a couple. Not too many.
I want to try to save a few people. How much space does the portable hole hold?
I do not know off the top of my head. Let me look it up.
I feel like it's a 10-foot diameter sphere. Or a cylinder.
What is the object actually called?
Portable hole.
Naturally, it's not.
Is it not really? I have thought it has...
Checking the index. I can't find it.
I thought it has been. Well,
It is in the DM's guide. I just can't fucking find it. Okay, here it is. Portable hole. A 10-foot deep hole, 6 feet in diameter.
Oh, so basically those 3 are taking up the whole hole.
Yeah, they could scrunch up and maybe save half the hole.
No. Not enough space. I'm gonna flap out my wings and we're gonna fly away as fast as I can go, going over the buildings.
Clouds are getting darker.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm gonna start shouting, "Everyone evacuate the city!" I'm gonna cast... Do I have thaumaturgy? I do not. I'm going to cast... nothing. Just... I don't have any spells that's gonna help with making me louder. I'm going to just keep shouting, "Everyone evacuate the city, leave all belongings, and just flee. Flee as far as you and fast as you can go."
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You can see quite a few people are looking at you, very concerned, and they take off running.
Okay. Let me mark that I cast a second level spell. Oh, God. Okay.
How high up are you flying?
Enough that I can kind of go across the tops of the buildings without being necessarily super high in the air. Because I don't want to be too high to like the clouds, but I want to at least be able to just go straight across the buildings without having to get blocked by road.
Okay, fair enough. As you're traveling, you can feel the wind is starting to pick up and the sky is darkening even more.
How far from the gate or the other opposing wall am I?
The mountain wall or the exterior wall?
The exterior
Which
wall.
way are you going?
I'm going towards the exterior wall that the opposite side that we didn't come from.
You're about halfway there.
Okay.
Maybe about another mile.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going then.
Okay. Make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Well, I get to add a D4 to my roll.
It's been far over. Is it a minute?
It's a minute, yeah. I didn't realize
Way
it only
over a
lasted a minute. I didn't realize it only lasted a minute. Oops. Oh well. Yeah, it lasted a minute. Oh, in reality, I couldn't have technically even cast it because I need some holy water, but oh well. A strength saving throw? Does it have to be strength?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter, I rolled a 2, so a 3.
Great job. As you're flying, you can feel this strong downdraft hit you right in the back, and you slam into the roof of a building, taking 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you kind of just face plant and drag across this roof.
Ow. 7, you said?
Yep.
Oof, that hurt. I'm gonna keep going through it. If I don't have that up, then I'm just gonna cast guidance. I don't know. Might as well have guidance up.
Keep casting guidance on yourself.
Might as well. Concentrate on something.
Alright, you keep going. You can see the people who you yelled at have been informing others. No, you wouldn't even see that because they're way fucking slower than you.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else around you, like beneath you, doesn't seem to have a care in the world.
I'm just gonna shout, "Everyone, leave the city and leave all possessions behind. It's about to reach nuclear. Everyone flee."
Make another charisma check.
Okay.
Persuasion check, that is.
Oh.
Yes. I'm gonna roll general intelligence
Natural
checks
20.
to see if they know what meaning. They'll listen to you. I'm gonna roll
They don't know why.
general intelligence checks to know what going nuclear means. Everybody does. They all start panicking and flailing and freaking the fuck out.
Perfect. At least they're involved. I can leave the fucking full conscience. There's no way I'm saving people.
Begins to rain. As the droplets of water hit you, begin to burn.
They burn?
They burn. You look at your hand and you can see where the water raindrops have hit you. Your skin is turned like a bright red and is beginning to peel off.
I'm gonna, oh god. Okay, then what I'm going to do is, I don't have anything that's gonna help me with this. I'm gonna put on the dark mask and like try to cover my skin with some of the gnomish clothing, I guess, and just keep keep flying through it.
You wrap the pants around one arm and the coat around the other.
Yeah.
From the rain when it hit you, you also take 2 points of acid damage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to cover as much of my skin as I can with some kind of material and just go through it. Just try to get out of the city.
Okay, so you keep going full speed. You eventually do manage to get outside of the city, and as you pass over the wall, the clouds stop.
The clouds stop.
They are contained within the city walls.
Is it
you
still,
look over your shoulder,
it's still raining in there?
and you can see, oh yeah, rain is picking up, it's getting worse. You can see these purple bolts of lightning streaking through the cloud. What do you do?
How high up is that cloud? Is it like above the mountain walls?
Above the mountain walls, but not higher than the mountains. It appears to be at normal cloud height from what you can tell.
All right, I'm gonna take the portable hole out. Like, am I a far distance away?
Yes. You realized as soon as you got outside of the city limits, everything else is fine. It's perfectly fine out here.
I'm gonna take the portable hole out. I'm gonna put it on the ground, stretch it out so that way everyone can get out.
Okay. Yeah, everybody climbs out of the hole. As you're doing this, you can see the lightning gets worse and it starts to strike into the city. And the rain gets worse. You can hear screams coming from the city. Horrible screams of pain and anguish.
I'm gonna look at the group. I'm gonna see if there's something I can do.
Chalet grabs your wrist. Don't you be a fucking idiot.
If I'm high enough, they're not gonna strike me with the lightning.
She lets you go.
All right, I'm gonna try to fly just straight up, not directly at it, but just up, so that way until I get above the cloud.
Okay.
And then I'm
Fly
gonna fly
straight
towards
up.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly towards it once I'm above the cloud.
During all this time, you can see that the lightning is getting abnormally dense. Is the right word for lightning?
I have
it's striking
no
a lot.
idea.
There is a lot of lightning, far more than is possibly normal.
What I'm gonna do once I get within range of about 120 feet, I want to try to cast Dispel Magic at 4th level. Because we don't have any 3rd level spells left.
On the cloud?
On the cloud.
As soon as you cast your spell, it fizzles.
Fizzles?
Nothing happens.
I'm going to... Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna take this time then to try a few things. I'm going to take a wooden shunt and throw it through it.
Into the cloud?
Into the cloud.
As you throw it in, it immediately begins to decay and rot, and then completely disappears. Actually, no, wait, that would break the rules from before. The shunt just flies through.
Okay.
Yes. Just entirely. Perfectly fine.
Okay. I would have taken it as the cloud is much stronger than the fucking ground. Okay. Okay, so if it just passed right through, this is the same exact effect as it did before. Which means there's nothing. Damn it, if I had one of those rocks, I could have tried something with that. There's no time, I'm not going to be able to make it to that. If it's just dispelling the effects, there's nothing I can do.
Make a perception check, not a persuasion check.
Perception. Would it have been more than 10 minutes?
It'd be pretty fucking close. But I'll say it's within the 10 minutes.
Okay, then I still have proficiency in it. That is a 17.
17. You notice up on the mountain, the tallest peak, like in the mountain range behind the city, a light, like a candle light in the distance, but much, much brighter.
How far in the distance?
Oh god, maybe 50 miles? Very, very far away from here.
I'm gonna fly high, just consistently going as high as I can to try to find a better angle that I can see that light, to see what kind of source that it is.
As you fly up higher, how could you even see farther? It's fucking far away.
Well, like an angle, I don't know. Alright, if I'm not getting anywhere, then I would go back to the group.
Okay. So you fly back down to the group.
There's nothing I can do. The magic is just immediately repelled the moment I try. But there's something in the distance. There's like a light really far away. If everyone's ready, we can just get back in the hole, and I'm gonna fly over to it. At least as long as I can still see it.
As you're having this conversation, question mark, you see a brilliantly blinding light emanating from the city.
Everyone hurry.
It is purple in color. Oh, everybody gets into the hole.
Alright, I'm gonna fold it up. I'm gonna look back at the city. Has anyone actually gotten out of the city?
There are quite a few, maybe about 100 from this gate that you can see. But the city population is far greater than that.
Right, but at least this is still more than what made out of Loudwater. Alright, I'm gonna flap my wings as hard as I can and go towards that light.
Okay.
And if it's 50 miles, then I'm not even gonna be remotely close to the city anymore.
No. As you get farther away from the city, the blinding light disappears and the screaming stops.
I'm not gonna look back, I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay. You fly for 50 miles, which is very far.
Is the light still going, even with the cloud gone?
No.
Okay. Then yeah, would I have lost track of it then?
You would know what peak it was on,
What peak it was on?
so you can keep traveling to that peak.
Yeah, I'll just keep doing that then.
Okay. Here we go. Looking for something. You're fucked.
Oh god. Oh no.
Yes, maybe. Okay, so you fly, and you do eventually get there. It is early afternoon now. You come across, up on this snow-capped peak, what appears to be a exceptionally large dais, or pentagram even. The circle itself is about maybe 100 feet across, filled with these strange, almost alien runes to you. You've seen magic circles before, like the one that sent us to, to Shadowfell eventually. You immediately saw and understood those runes to be arcane in nature. These ones look absolutely nothing like that.
Okay. I'm gonna land and take the group out of the portable hole.
Okay. They climb out.
Okay.
You can see they're fucking cold because you are on top of a mountain.
Is there any evidence of like people that were here?
Make a survival check with advantage.
Okay. Hey, that one's okay. 16?
16. Judging by how the snow is disturbed, there has definitely been people here recently.
Are they walking towards the circle or going away from it?
It's hard to tell. Judging by the drag marks of their heel, you could guess away, but there's also sets of prints coming towards the circle. So you assume that because they aren't here, they probably left, and the tracks that are going away are probably the way they went.
And they go down the mountain?
Yep.
Should we
Or
follow?
you can talk to me.
Should we follow the tracks?
Oh, Burst is very cold. Oh, yeah, I guess. I don't really want to stand up here on this mountain any longer than I have to.
Don't really have much of a choice. Yeah, I'm gonna... Okay, well, what I'm gonna do... Alright, what we can do then is... Let's get into this portable hole quick. We'll stay out of the cold. And I'm gonna cast Arcane Eye and send that to follow the tracks.
Okay. I can move with...
It can move... It has normal vision and dark vision up to 30 feet. It can look in every direction. It can move 30 feet as an action in any direction, and there's no limit to how far away that I can move from the eye.
Alright. So are you sticking with the group in the hole?
Yeah, I'm going to stay out of the cold. I'm going to focus on the eye to just keep moving down and following the tracks. It's also invisible, magical eye.
So you all jump into this hole. Even though you're on a mountain, it's surprisingly moderately warm in there. Doesn't appear to be getting any colder. So
Okay.
for now you are comfortable.
Okay, good.
But yes, you use your eye and follow the tracks. They go for about maybe 120 feet down a very steep section of the peak to a small cave.
Is that where the
As
tracks
the eye
end?
enters,
Oh, yeah,
they
sorry.
go into the cave.
Yeah, I'm going to keep...
As the
this.
eye enters the cave, you notice, or I guess you see, a hooded figure wearing blood red robes ushering people through what appears to be a magic portal.
We need to go. We need to go right now. We need to go right now. They're trying to flee. I'm gonna get out, and I'm not gonna spend the time to take out the portable. I'm not gonna spend time to put the portable hole back. I'm just gonna leave it on the ground for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
sprint
you all
down.
take off. Eris picks up the hole because she's responsible.
Okay. I can still see through the arcane eye for up to an hour. Are they still there?
Everyone is left except for the hooded figure who appears to be looking straight at the eye. And waiting.
Does he seem to be waiting with magic in his hand?
He's just waiting. Looks like an old dude, old human dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep going towards him.
Okay, you run, get to the cave, step inside. It is also unnaturally warm in there. You can see a couple bedspreads tucked into the far corner, abandoned. 60 feet away from you.
What did you do?
I don't know.
I'm going to try to retain control.
Okay, go for it, my friend.
18.
That's a 4.
Okay. 5 more minutes. And what did he say? Sorry.
He hasn't said anything yet. He's just standing ominously across from you, about 60 feet away, next to this portal.
What did you do?
Greetings. What needs to be done?
These are lives.
Unworthy lives, much like your own.
Who gives you the damn right to decide who's worthy or not?
I have the only right. Who gives you the right to dictate what I can and cannot do?
I'm going to cast... Spiritual Weapon at 4th level. Next
With
to
a
him.
flick of his hand, he counterspells it.
I'm gonna look over at Eris. Eris, can you do that?
She looks at you. Make a perception check.
10.
She's not moving,
She's not
but her eyes
moving.
are. No, her body is perfectly still, as are the rest of your friends. I just wanted to have a simple conversation is all. Could we not stand here and talk like civilized people? Or is that too much for you, lowborn?
Lowborn, you know nothing about me.
I know quite a deal about you, pet of straw.
Well, this pet's broken its leash.
The only thing to do to a pet after it has escaped is to punish it, no? Roll initiative.
Okay.
Just you and him.
Oh boy. $12. No, 13.
You're going first because he's an old man who rolled a nat 1.
Take that.
I'm so old. My back.
Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna call on Jester to give me performance skills,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to pretend like my casting of this cantrip is super powerful.
Okay.
I'm gonna try casting Sacred Flame at him, but making it super, super buff.
Roll deception with disadvantage.
Oh, is it deception and not performance for that?
Or both. Both are plus 11. Have fun.
Oh, okay, sweet. With disadvantage.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was good. That one was better. So 27.
Okay. You cast the Sacred Flame at him. He does not react to it.
Damn it.
That's a dexterity saving throw, right?
Yeah. Shit.
Will a 17 beat your
Yeah,
DC?
it'll beat my DC.
He kind of just casually steps around and it just shoots past him. Pathetic. He raises his hand.
I still have bonus action.
Oh, yes, you are correct.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself at first level.
Okay. Nice little healing word.
Nice little healing word. Nice little D4 plus my intelligence. Hey, 5 points of healing.
Wow. Wowee. Very good. I have to check something. Yep. Okay. He looks at you. I'm disappointed we couldn't have a nice conversation, but you've left me with very little choice. Holds up a hand. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Well, I'm sure a natural 5 is going to have a failure. 6?
Yeah, that's a fail. That is a... mm-hmm. Yep. That's an 8th level blight.
Oh! Oh no!
Where's my other D8? There it is.
Oh no!
Oh, that's 22 for the first 4. $44. Math, come on. 48, 52, 59. 67.
We're down.
Yep. You just feel all of the water in your body get sucked out, and you just collapse to the ground. Pathetic. And he turns and walks through the portal, and the portal closes behind him.
I will not retain control.
All right.
He walks through the portal, and the portal closed. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay. You little shit. You animal.
You made some big plays. He also had to make some big plays.
He knew I was casting a cantrip, damn it. In reality, it didn't matter. Funny thing is that just before that, I took off Sanctuary. So I was just like, all right, fine, I'll use Healing Word on myself. What?
Definitely worth it.
I mean, it was like, Sanctuary's good, but I always end up breaking Sanctuary, like, immediately.
Ooh.
Animal. Oh. Alright, let me get a sip of my drink. Alright. Jester.
Mm-hmm.
You come into consciousness. Except
Or
it's
unconsciousness.
different. You come into consciousness, except it's different. The moment that you feel this switch, which you yourself are still not fully accustomed to, everything is black and your body aches. You can't move. Your breath is stilted, and everything about the given environment is off-putting to you. Roll a death saving throw.
Oh boy, here we go. 17 plus
All right.
0 or 1.
It's a
Or
death
it's a
saving
straight
throw.
roll.
It's just a
Never
straight
mind.
roll. Good.
It's a straight roll either way because we don't have a modifier.
Well, yeah. Now roll it again.
Okay, here we go. That's an 11.
2 successes. Roll it a third time.
Okay, here we go. That's another 11.
All right. Your breathing becomes stable.
Anna, what have you done?
Oh, I'm just rolling for everyone else real quick. Wow. Okay, that's funny. After about 4 hours,
Oh my god.
your eyes open. And it's dark. It has grown to dark at this point. The cold has started to leak its way into the entrance. And you can see Chalet, Eris, and Barst are waking up at relatively the same time as you. Their bodies seem pale, ached, and injured, much like yours. As you all are drained of energy, and your body feels exhausted.
Where are we? What happened?
We we tried to help you, and suddenly we were struck with this force. It was like nothing that I've ever experienced before. What happened? Is this what we have to look forward to?
I kind of just pick myself off the floor and push myself against the wall. Yeah.
Do you know that man? He seemed to have known you.
No idea. I hardly remember any of you. Definitely don't remember him.
That's you kind of see that as you're talking to her, Chalet's posture kind of like lessens as you talk about that. That's right. Sorry, didn't mean to bring that up, but what do we do next? The city is gone, as far as I can tell, and we don't have a clue to go off of other than what you've learned before. The man wanted to talk, but I doubt talking would have done anything except confuse us. Other than some way to probably find him or go back to that portal he was doing or something. There's nothing that we can do. Eris pitches in. There's that circle that was on the mountain before. We could go back to that and investigate that.
At this point, it's our only lead. I would not feel comfortable going back to Waterdeep to have this happen there as well.
I agree. But, be that as it may, we probably should rest. We're not in solid state. And you look over at Barst, and Barst is already basically sleeping against the wall. His head's down, his legs are fully outstretched, his arms are down to his side, and he is not moving.
Do I know he's alive?
You go over, and you hear... He is fast asleep.
Oh, thank God. Huh.
I rolled death saving throws for everyone, and everyone passed with only one fail each. So, what's your plan?
Well, do we have food and water for the group of us?
Yes. We have an explorer's pack, so we should have at least 10 days of ration in there.
All right.
And with the supplies that they bought using portions of the gemstones that you gave them, they also have plenty of food supplies.
Okay, good. We're fine then. I
So-
guess, is there anything I can use for, like, a fire in here?
Looking in this cave, there doesn't seem to be anything. You go down maybe another good 30 feet, and it comes to a complete dead end. Only a little bit of some remnants of water seem to be on the ground, and you look up and there's a bit of some like frozen icicles that have been there for however long. And other than that, there's no sign of anything in this entire cavern.
Great. Well, I guess we're here for the night. Make yourselves comfortable, I guess.
See,
We'll leave in the morning.
as Tyler, I know that was a real yawn that you used.
Are you sure about that?
I'm certain of that, because you yawned the same exact way before we started recording.
What if this has all been a ruse? What if I never yawned at all?
So, you head to bed. Do you do any watch systems, or just all heading to sleep?
Well, I wouldn't know what lives in the mountain, because I've never had a reason to come up here for any reason.
Nope.
So, probably not.
Okay. Just make a perception check with disadvantage.
Unless, there's like an ancient white dragon that lives up here or some shit. That is... not bad. 14?
14. Okay. As you're sleeping, there's this immediate shock that kind of rolls down your spine. It's very cold, and you kind of wake up in like a sweat. When you look over, you can see a number of deer and small rodents seem to have kind of hid amongst the group to try to stay warm in the snow.
The fuck? For any particular reason, or just to stay warm?
They seem to be freezing in place. You can see that the ones that have thicker furs are off on their own, but like the doe that doesn't have any substantial warmth has been staying relatively close to like barst.
I'll throw the gnomish clothing over it.
Okay. The gnomish clothing that is acid marks that are just dripping from it. Several holes of acid marks.
As long as it isn't dripping acid, yeah.
Yeah, it's not dripping acid, but it's just several holes from acid marks.
It's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. And eventually that chill down your spine fades, and you get a nice long rest in. Fully restored. When you wake up, none of the deer or beavers or any of the creatures are there. Nobody else seems to believe that they were there to begin with, so you start to just go mad.
It's because I wasn't already. Yes.
But yes, you get a nice good sleep in, and you're back to your max. Everything.
Great. I'm so pleased. Anna,
Yeah.
what do you remember? What did you do?
I mean, you were there. You saw the man. He was doing something, and that was causing the city to change. It had to have been. It's too perfect the moment that I find out about the Red Wizards, that there happens to be a Red Wizard here. It's too perfect. It's too much of a coincidence.
Follow-up question. What did you think was going to happen when you attacked him?
I mean, it was less if I tried to attack him, and more so I was just trying to intimidate him, I guess. Well, I didn't realize
That
how
worked
powerful
very
he
well.
was.
Congratulations.
I didn't know what he was capable of. There was 4 to 1.
We just saw
I
him
thought
destroy a city.
He had other people. I had my vision on him, and he was sending people through the portal. I would have sent the eye, but I can't go across planar travel like that.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Calming down. We're done yelling. Just nice and easy. We're a team, you and I. Kinda, I guess.
We are. So we do just need to work around it. There's that circle from before. Didn't get a good look at that. but
No, Eris said something about that too. We'll go take a look at that. Do you have any other leads that could be of any use to us?
other than going back to Waterdeep before what happens to Lorik happens there, I'm at a loss. But that's a month's journey to make it back.
Well, they could already be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. To the circle, I guess. I'll keep you up to date with these old eyes.
Okay.
Yes. We all take off.
You head up to the
circle.
circle. It does not take very long, as it was only realistically about 120 feet from the cave. You start heading up to it, and as you get closer and closer, you can tell that the area around it has been undisturbed, apart from the footsteps of you and your group and the other footsteps that were there before, except some of it has some snow bits and pieces kind of covering it.
Okay.
Though the circle itself seemed to be devoid of snow.
Great. Okay. At first glance, can I glean any information from this? I'm not very well versed in anything knowledge related, so this is going to be great.
Looking at it, it doesn't... You're not necessarily sure. Roll a Arcana check.
Straight roll. 18.
18. You can tell, just by sheer luck, there's a single rune on the circle. You're like, I've seen that before. Well, I mean, maybe. It's hard to remember. It's like, what was it again? It's, something to do with magic. I know this is supposed to be my thing, but I can't... And you recognize that the symbol on the edge of it is a form of, like, necromantic energy. That's what the rune kind of displays. It shows a sign of necromantic energy.
Okay.
The other remaining signs, after kind of picking up on that, you can tell that there are signs of vast amounts of different renditions of the same symbol, to the point of where all of them look almost the same as they get closer and closer to a single circle, but then they change almost like the phase of a moon until there's a blank rune on the other side.
Interesting. Eris, do you have any insights into this?
I don't.
Okay, thanks. Barst. Anybody?
It's nothing I've seen from the Shadowfell. It's definitely not natural, and to be honest, I don't really know a whole lot about these circles.
All right. Yeah, that's what I came to as well. That was my conclusion.
Whatever
I
it
assume
was.
we have paper and like a pen or something.
Oh yeah, you've got plenty of stuff. You can just like open up your sack and find probably a good remnants of some inkwell and all sorts. There's writing utensils in your bag.
I pull out Anna's embroidered stationery. And I begin to meticulously draw out the circle onto the page.
Okay. Yeah, with enough time and kind of brushing off the snow, you get pretty much the exact design of it in a gesture way. Being one who does not write very often, you have very nice penmanship, and it actually looks very
Well,
nice.
Thank you. I am a master of all. Yes.
But apart from that, you aren't gleaning anything. You yourself would have no knowledge of what this is about.
Oh god, no, absolutely not. Well, we have this now, I guess. There's nothing else in the cave. There's nothing else up here other than the circle.
Looking around, no. Other than it being kind of like a sheer side after you get to the top of it, and a very far glancing view over the top of what looks to be the city of Lork, you don't see anything else around.
God. I guess we should check on Lork, see if there's any survivors, see what we can do.
That would be best, I suppose. If there's any survivors, then we can escort them out.
To where?
I need to get the map out because I have no idea.
Is there even anything else remotely close to us?
But that's why I don't know. Did I save the map? I did. Okay, let's see here. Where are we? We are over there. There's literally nothing.
Great.
Nothing close. Our best bet would be to take them towards Waterdeep, I suppose. Either that or try to find shelter around here, but that's not going to get them to live. We can stop off at the other city, the one across from Loudwater, but that's still, in of itself, going to be nearly a 3-week journey.
I'm getting terrible flashbacks to the Shadowfell and escorting a bunch of people who will die on us. You know, as bad as it is, and I look at them, we can't help these people. There's nothing we can feasibly do to make anything better for them.
You're right. It's just hard.
I know.
Then what's our plan? Where do we go after we look at Lork?
I don't know.
Well, let's go and investigate, see if we can find anything of use.
Okay. Everybody, in the hole! And I throw the hole at them.
Yeah, as you say that and you pretend to throw the hole out, you quickly realize that, oh, right, it was taken by Eris, and she very carefully and delicately folds it out, kind of like draping a cloth over a table. She just kind of puts it into the snow, and then hops in herself.
Great.
And
After everybody's in the hole, I just unceremoniously pick it up in bunches and then just scoop it up.
like a napkin, you just kind of crumple it.
Beautiful. Shove it into my pocket.
Easy enough.
Okay. To the city again.
You unfurl your wings and you take off towards it. Spending about a good few minutes just to get there. Probably about... Oh god, how far does natural travel work? I'm always bad at that. Is it like at normal pace, a mile is a minute?
Beats me.
I'm gonna do that. It takes you about an hour to make it back to the city. And as you are approaching, that immediate dread is filling your stomach. And the entire environment around you has that same feeling, almost, that you felt very briefly when Anna was there as well, in the other city of Loudwater. Though this time you seem to be experiencing it yourself. The moment you get close, you can tell from this height that there was an immediate circle of area that this energy seems to have withered. You look, and you can even see some of the mountain itself seems to be drained and turned to coarse sand that has spilled into portions of the city. As you look inside, you can see a number of ashen figures that seem to be coated in this ash, and some of them look to be children, women, dwarves, humans, men. There was no prejudice, as they seem to have lost their life to this energy.
I try my best not to pay the statues any mind, and I just look for people who may have survived. Be it inside the city or outside.
Make an investigation check.
I believe this is also a straight roll.
Or, sorry, this would be perception.
15.
15. You hear some distant crying. There's a number of children that seem to have been able to get away faster than some of the adults, and they seem to be crying and willowing. You look inside buildings, and there are some that seem to be having dinner, or what looks to be lunch of sorts, completely frozen, while the food that lays on the table is also gone, withered to ash. There seems to be a number of individuals that have survived. They have left the city as we had screamed for them to leave easily from both entrance and exit on the north and southern, or eastern and western gates. There's in total about maybe 250 individuals that have survived.
Yikes.
Though there is no life inside the city, no food inside or out of the city, and apart from the homes, everything around has been turned to ash, it seems, or been covered in this thick layer of ash.
First off, I let everybody out of the bag.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Let them free.
We'll assume that, like, as you were flying, you took breaks and kind of, like, let them get air and stuff.
I just stick a straw into the hole.
Okay. Immediately after kind of stepping out, Eris, her eyes fill with tears and just, oh my god. This is... She can't even finish her sentence. You can see Barst has his knuckles clenched to the point of where you can almost see blood vessels bursting. And Chalet seems to be frozen in place, emotionless.
Well. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Even if we find them, we can't compete with this.
Yeah.
We struggled enough to take out one of their members. And they did this in a matter of minutes.
Yeah. Chalet kind of, like, leans in. We still have to try. Let's look in the barracks, see if anything's different in there.
Might be worth the investigation. I just start walking that way. Just very depressed.
Okay. Looking around, I'm just going to use your perception score from last time. You can tell that a number of the ashen figures have periodically the same purple rocks kind of attached to them in different places. Generally, there's only one per ashen figure that has them, but majority of them seem to be blank, and there's bits and pieces of them that are scattered about with this rock on them.
We have one of these in our pocket, do we not?
We gave it to the captain, the dwarven
All right,
captain.
I'll pick up another one then.
Okay, as you kind of pluck it from the ashen figure, the entire body just kind of collapses into ash.
Well. Yep, this is fucked up. This is real fucked up. Keep walking.
Okay.
Hiding my pain with joviality, as always.
As you do. Oh, okay. Interesting. My timer seemed to have paused for no reason.
You fool, you fiend.
I'm going to assume that since I had retained concentration once, started maybe about 3 minutes in. That we've been going for probably like, what, a half hour?
25 minutes, 30 minutes, somewhere in there, yeah.
I'll just do it for 32 minutes there. Might be a little bit of a longer episode. Oh well, it's all for fun.
Yeah.
As you make your way to the barracks, you can see the guards that are standing out front. So they seem to have been ushering people inside, as there are a number of other ashen figures kind of clutching children. Some of them have babies that are just trying to sprint inside of the castle's or the walls barracks, but they all have been turned to ash. The doors are wide open, and on the inside you can see the dwarven captain has been turned to ash, as he has been reaching for a few pieces of a map, it seems, and has been putting them into different places. The board itself looks completely pristine in comparison to everything else that's around. Seem that all of the non-organic life has been preserved.
Is there any way I can get in without disturbing anything, or do I have to kind of just brute force my way through?
It's looking like, unless you had some way to kind of go up against them or brush against the side, you're not going to get through this without probably popping a few people.
God, I just go. I just close my eyes and go. Don't even think about it.
Okay.
They're already dead.
As you run in and collide with these figures, it's almost like nothing. You hit them and they immediately just disintegrate into ash. And you just keep trudging through, easily knocking into maybe 5, 6. It's hard to keep count. And eventually you make it inside, covered in what looks to be ash yourself. The dwarven captain is there. There's the passages to the left and right. You know that to the right was where the doctor was with the dead body.
Fucked up dude. Okay. You said the captain was taking portions of the map?
Looks like he was trying to take or position them specifically. You can tell that there's plenty of pieces that are closer to him, but he's specifically reaching for a further one and seems to be pointing at it.
Okay, I follow where he's pointing. What portion of the map is this?
Well, the map was facing him, and it seems to be a map of the continent. So where he's pointing at is more northern, after an immediate kind of glance at the map. And he seems to be pointing towards what looks to be a gap in the ground. Something with like pitch black writing, and he's pointing towards what looks to be the deep maw.
The deep maw? The fuck? None of you are going to know anything about this. I'm not going to bother asking you. Do I know anything about the deep maw?
You can make a history check with disadvantage.
12.
You possibly could have heard about it, but at the same time, it's hard to kind of equate what you might know, as you yourself don't remember a whole lot to begin with.
Great.
So yeah, the deep maw doesn't spur anything along to you.
Trying to hide people in the deep maw? Is there something in the maw that we have to be worried about? I don't know. I guess I take the map.
Okay. You kind of, before, because the pieces themselves aren't fused to the map.
Oh, great. I guess
they're more like chess pieces.
I take all of them.
Okay. You just take. So you basically have about 5 or 6 chess pieces that seem to be 3 are red, 3 are blue, and you now have a map of this continent.
Great. I'll add that to the miscellaneous section.
Okay. Where are you going after that? It seems like at this point there's the path to the left, which seems to have a number of guards that are about to sprint out from it, and then a passage to the right where you can see beyond the crowd what looks to be a petrified doctor who's holding a now kind of like red pasty heart.
If anybody had to die, I'm glad it was him.
You look on
fucking maniac.
You can see on the table the body is still there, and he seems to have less appendages than you saw him with before, though the body itself is not touched by this ash.
Oh, I didn't know. That's had a bad realization just then. Moving on. I head over to the body. What is wrong with it? What's it missing?
It's missing both of its arms, one of its
Great.
legs, and as well as that, the other leg has a fairly large hatchet embedded into it, and doesn't seem that it fully went through and was haphazardly given up before it was able to go all the way through. The body itself still has the head attached to it, but it is clearly missing most of its mass. He has stitched up the chest.
Great. Fucking great. If I spend my split mind feature,
Mhm.
I get access to a specific spell slot or your spell list as well.
It's the spell slot and the spell list of said slot.
Got to do some rummaging here.
Are you
Zone
looking
of
for
Truth.
Zone of Truth is second level?
Fuck. Never mind. Disregard. Fuck. Look away. I take the hatchet out and I just put it down.
Okay.
Yes.
As you
With
kind
the
of
body
pull
in
it
the-
out, there's this kind of sickening as you kind of like rip it out, and you can see that it kind of opened up what looks to be a bit of some dried and coagulated blood. The hatchet itself has this thick layer of crimson to it.
Oh, and you just need the head, right?
Oh god. Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Burst, take this. I'm gonna go look away.
I'm not sure. Okay.
Do it.
He kind of like closes his eyes for a second, chops down, and you hear this disturbing as it sounds like metal hits metal as this body is on top of a metal sheet.
Oh no.
And in that moment, you can hear Eris just. She's seems to be convulsing. Chalet is kind of not necessarily bothered by it, and Barst is he kind of like turns around and touches your shoulder. I'm leaving the rest of you. I'm gonna go get some air. And he starts walking down the hallway.
I don't turn around. I don't want to see Chalet. Please. I just need the head. Bonus points if you put it in a bag or give it a bow.
She looks around. I don't know about a bow, but you hear the sound of like some rummaging, and it seems like the fine doctor has a little bit of some practice in some other ways. Here, take this. And she throws you, like, you can hear her throw something at you. Make a dexterity check.
Oh no. Oh no. Please, God, no. 7.
7. This bottle seems to clang right against your face, and it kind of hurts for a second. You're able to catch it, but it just kind of like ping. And you can see it's a very like nearly solidified metal looking substance inside of it.
The fuck is this?
I don't know, but it was in his pouch. I was gonna see. Oh. And after that, you can kind of see the good doctor has fallen to pieces, and the heart lays inside of the ash. We'll put the head in here, and she kind of scoops the head.
I just look deadpan at the dead doctor. I'm just like...
You can see that she puts the head inside of the leather bag, and she hands it to you. There's a little bit of some dried or some wet crimson on the edges of it.
I throw up on the doctor's ashes.
It kind of mixes slowly with the ash. It's like when you try to make cornstarch sully, and there's those chunks of wet cornstarch inside of the in the watery mixture.
No. That's a terrible image. Please remove this from my head.
It came up with it because we made teriyaki chicken today, and I had to use some cornstarch sully to make the teriyaki sauce get more thick. Perfect comparison.
I put the head in the bag.
Yeah, you put the bag of the head in the bag.
That's all you need, right, Anna? You just need the head?
Yep, it works.
Yep. Okay, good.
Weren't you the one judging me about just taking the head?
No.
I don't believe you.
Deception check.
Fuck. What's your deception?
That is a 29.
Alright. Maybe I heard it from... Maybe Chalet said something about it? I can't remember. My mind's kind of somewhere else right now.
I know you have some weird hobbies, but trust me, I would tell you if I thought something you did was fucking weird, okay?
Such a mess. Alright, so you have what looks to be a flask of kind of liquidy solid metal. You're not too sure what it is.
It's better than what I thought it would be. Can I examine this?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, that's even worse. 11.
You think drinking this is gonna hurt like hell on the other side. Like this metal has gotta be dense, because it's a good solid few pounds in your hand. The initial thought that comes to your mind is liquid metal, but liquid metal would have solidified after some time.
I'm too dumb to know anything else about metal. Oh, Eris. What is this?
I'm not sure what it actually is, but I mean, if you give me about 11 minutes, I could find out for you.
Well, I mean, we have a lot of time, because, yeah, go for it. Do it.
Alright. What are you doing in these 11 minutes?
Just, I don't know. I don't know.
Thanks.
I sit in the invisible chair, and I just observe.
Okay. Give me a second to find what potion this is. Okay. After a moment of her eyes turning into a pale blue, her eyes widen. This seems to be a potion of invulnerability.
I don't want to know why he had this, but I'll take it.
I don't want to know how he made this. So I'm going to hand it to you by my thumb and index finger.
We need to burn our skin. I don't want to know where that man has been.
Did you try to rhyme there?
It happens from time to time. I put the potion in the bag.
Okay. Well, what's our next step? Chalet's there, kind of like prodding at some other individuals who seem to have some bags on them.
Will you stop?
I mean, what if they have something useful on them? They're not going to use it.
Go for it, you fucking grave robber.
Look, when people die in the Shadowfell, it's a sad time, but we still have to go by. We have to get by. We're gonna need everything that we can get from these.
I
As
wish
she
I
does
could be
that, she
emotional like
turns
that.
and her hand just pokes into the ashen figure, and it just... Ooh. Did not mean to do that. She kind of bites one of her fingers.
I leave.
Okay.
I've had enough.
I'll very delicately find anything else. Eris, just go with him. I'm gonna spend some time here. So, Eris is following you.
Great. Hey, Eris, how are you? Don't answer that. I already know the answer to that.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna give you a snarky response.
Oh, I saw it coming. You're just like Anna.
So what are we doing?
Wow, no, okay.
You can kind of see her like get a crude smile for a brief moment, and then she looks directly to her right and sees the dwarven captain, and everything kind of gets sullen once again.
Do you think they'd have anything else of use for us?
I don't know. That seems
Thanks.
to be the medical wing of the area, so there's must be a place where they sleep. They house guards, right?
I guess we could head that way.
I mean, it's our best bet.
I-
So,
Start going that way.
okay. You start heading your way into there, and there's... The first thing that catches your eye is color. In such a gray area now, since everyone has turned into ash and any organic material has followed suit and withered, the first thing that pops out to you is this color of purple. Someone seems to be like really up close looking at it. They have large spectacles that are on, and like one that seems to have 3 different magnifications to it, and he's staring at this purple rock. And the purple gemstone, or the purple rock, doesn't seem to have changed at all. And you can recognize this because they're not perfectly identical to one another, but that was definitely the first purple rock that you gave to the captain before.
It
He
hasn't
said that they would do research
changed at
on
all
it.
since.
It doesn't seem to have changed, no.
Weird. I guess I loot this man for anything that he could probably have on him.
Other than some tools that are nearby, there looks to be very refining tools. So probably about a full gear of jewelry tools, his magnifying glassware. That's about it on this person. He doesn't seem to be carrying anything of value.
Great.
This is just
Okay.
one portion of the room. As you look everywhere else, there is another door that's partially open because someone was running through it, and you can see on the other side probably a good few dozen of beds. Some of them have their covers covered, and there are some that are hiding under them. All the people have been turned to ash.
That room just reeks of sadness. I don't really want to go in there. Or that corner of the room, anyway.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's really saddening.
Let's go find Barst. Let's get out of here.
Okay. So you go over to Bart. You go over to try to find Barst. He said that he was leaving. So as you go look outside, you don't spot him anywhere.
The fuck? By get some air, did he mean leave the city?
I don't know. Barst?
Barst, buddy. Do I see any footprints leading away from here?
Make a survival check.
I'm expecting the worst. I'm expecting the worst. 11.
11's enough to see it very clearly, because Barst is a fairly heftier man. So his footprints actually give off quite a bit of impression, especially because of the amount of sand that has spilled over into the ground due to the neighboring mountainsides. And as you kind of trace it, he seems to be going more towards the market district.
I guess we follow.
Okay. As you're following, his footprints seem to get wider. Like the distance between them become to get wider and wider until it looks like he's almost sprinting.
Uh-oh. Are there any other pairs of footprints around here?
No.
The fuck? I think he might be in trouble. We better go.
Okay.
You go get Chalet. I'll go
Okay.
find him.
I'll do that. And she goes sprinting back towards the barracks. So as you're following these footsteps and going into the city deeper to try to find Barst, you can tell that the footsteps eventually come to a halt. And they pick up their pace again. Directly next to where they stopped, you can see a pile of ash.
Okay, I keep following.
Okay.
I'm piecing together a portrait of what's happening, but I think I'm missing a few key details here.
As you are following them, there's more and more instances, as you have been tracing these for nearly 5 minutes, where they come to a halt, maybe about 4 times on that journey, and next to each time there's a pile of ash. Until you can see Barst. He's standing in front of what looks to be a fairly rotund store. There are a number of people that are trying to flee from it. There's a dwarven shopkeep individual who seems to be, at the time, questioning, writing down a few notes upwards. The book itself seems fine, but due to the rain from before and the acid, it seemed to have been coated in unreadable at that point. You can see Barst is standing there. In his palm is about 4 or 5 purple rocks. You can't tell how many, but he's just staring directly at the dwarven man, as there is a pretty thick layer of purple rocks on him. Maybe about 2 or 3, which is the first time you've seen even more than 1 rock on a creature. As you approach... go ahead.
Carefully approach.
As you're
Hand
approaching...
on my knife. I'm not liking this at all.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
No, just
Okay.
aware.
As
Barst?
you're approaching, and you call it to Barst. Barst doesn't turn back to face you, but as you get closer and closer, you can hear his heavy breathing. Just... Something about these rocks has been bothering me. Why are there so
Buddy, what are
little
you
of
doing?
them?
Hey, buddy, turn around.
He turns to face, and you can see his face is very worried. His eyes have sunken, and he's in a sweat. Apart from that, he doesn't look any different. He just looks very concerned and almost like he's aged, though his physical structure hasn't.
Aged by how much?
Not like physically aged, like he just looks like he's grown in age, though that his body doesn't seem to give that. He's just looks like he's lost a few years of his life, sort of deal.
Hey, I'm getting you out of here. We're gonna go outside the city, get some fresh air.
But look at this man. Do you see all the rocks that are on him?
I do, yeah.
This is the... Do you have any idea what these rocks are? We don't find them on a lot of people, but this man, he was He was kind to me. He helped me find the clothes that I brought to dinner. And we conversed some. I was talking to him, and he explained what he's gone through in his age. Nearly 300 years old. He's old. And that age has brought him a lot of gifts. He's a very well-renowned arcane caster. This was his shop that he used to run. He used to make some things here and there, things of quality of life purposes. But we don't see these rocks often on people.
Put them down. Put them down.
Fine. And he drops them onto the ground. You can see them kind of clattering. And in that moment, they spread apart for a brief moment, but then they kind of clump back together slowly.
Uh-oh. We're going. Right
Almost
now.
like they kind of like gravitate to each other.
We're grabbing the girls and we're leaving. We're getting the fuck out of here.
He looks back at the Dwarven man. Fine. I'll follow you. Just give me a second.
I keep my eye on him.
Okay. He seems to go beyond the to like the backside of the man. Puts his hand to like hover over his shoulder. You can kind of see his head drop a little bit. Goes down, pulls out what looks to be a very small cylindrical device looking sort. It seems to be something that could fit like a coin. And he goes back to you. I want to bring something to remember him by.
That's a noble gesture, my friend. I'm sorry for yelling, but
We do need
think
to
I know
leave.
what these are, and it's not good.
No. Alright. And you guys both take off?
Yep.
Okay. Sprinting back to Chalet and Eris, who have been in search of you two. They're looking around. They're shouting for your names as you kind of get closer and closer. And then when they spot you, you all congregate in the same area. There you two are. We were worried.
Yep.
What happened? Why'd you leave, Barst? I had a thought, that's all. We should leave, though.
Are there any of those rocks around here?
Looking around, no. They seem to not be very abundant. You still have the one in your possession from before,
Okay, good.
but you do not
That's all I
see
need.
any other ones.
Okay. Yeah, let's get out of here. We can talk more outside the city. I think I know what those rocks are, and I am not keen to have my theory tested.
So you're leaving by walking out the
Walking
western
out the
gate?
gate. Yep.
Okay. Or west or east? Because the deep maw is to the east. Where are you going?
Whichever one. Let's go to the east. Fuck it. Let's do it.
East. Okay. As you make your way out there, you're walking by several of the people before that you had seen had purple rocks on them, and you're just passing by a number of them till you make it to the east gate.
Okay. I lead them quite a ways away from any of the survivors that may or may not be there.
Okay.
And then I sit the rock down on the grass.
Okay.
Okay, you three, come over here.
What?
And I go stand about 90-ish feet away from the rock.
Okay.
First
They're
you
over
said
by
something.
you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said something, Barst, that made me think about something. You said that man was an arcane spellcaster of great renown, right?
Yeah.
Eris, do you have anything that you can hit the rock with from this far away?
Like What do you mean? Just
I don't know anything. Anything arcane.
yeah, I can cast something here. Give me a second to flip through my book, I guess. Why? What's this about?
I'm scared to know what these are, and I think I do, and it's not good.
Okay. Sure. She like flips through one of the pages and like reads down one of the words and kind of like does this brief enchant, and her finger snaps, and this firebolt kind of forms and shoots towards it, and as it collides with the rock, it seems to dissipate and vanish. The firebolt just kind of.
Well, that's not what I thought would happen, but it's still not very good.
Do you think it was going to need to explode or something?
Maybe. Ate your spell, though.
It did. It's almost more concerning, personally.
You people stay here. I'm gonna go see if anything's changed. I'm gonna creep up to the rock.
Okay. As you go up to the rock, you can see it's extremely hot. Like, burning the ground hot. The moment that it was hit by the firebolt, it's like acting as if the entirety of the area around it is on fire.
Okay. I go back over. Okay, do you have anything that does not do fire? Big fire? Anything else? Like, I don't know, lightning?
What, you want me to make it cold or something?
Go for it.
Okay, I could do that. Sure, here, she goes up and she just like, or she stays here and she fires a ray of frost at it, and this, little energy goes out to hit it, and it just like hits it and begins to like kind of like coalesce into ice before the ice just immediately cracks and shatters away.
And it's still hot.
No, at that point when you go up to it, it's like freezing cold to the touch. The moment you kind of like touch it, it's like dry ice.
Okay.
What's your plan?
I'm gonna try to maintain hold here.
Okay. 7.
That's a 5.
All right. Ooh.
Well then.
Well, this is something.
Yeah. That's a thing, alright.
This is definitely a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. You wiped out the city. Why?
Yep. Well, you must have known they were watching you. They weren't going to let you just figure all this out without trying to kill you.
I know, but damn it. What would have happened if I actually had a talk with that dude? Was I actually going to have a talk?
I was fully intending for you two to have a nice conversation before he left.
Oh.
Like, legitimately. Like you were going to figure something out, but no.
Well. Now I'll have to figure it out in some other way.
Indeed.
Indubitably. Well. This is fun. Fun times, yeah.
Our body count is astronomical.
It is bad. It is bad now.
Oh well.
Well, look at it this way. We didn't do it.
Nope.
They just die around us.
Yep.
Because, I mean, you could equate that to us ending hell at that point. If you're going to go the route of us killing the city, basically kill the entire first layer.
Fine. Yes, it does not count.
Oh, God. You, sir, are a monster.
You are correct.
Well, Legend Lore is actually surprisingly cool.
That is a very good spell.
Yeah. Depends on the circumstance, though. I mean, otherwise it's like, meh.
I suppose
two-
it heavily depends on the subject matter, but
Yeah, it's like 250 gold pieces to fucking learn about some stuff. Though learning about the Sundering is actually super useful because I have plans now that I can go off of.
good.
Yeah. Okay. Oof. Oh god. They're trying. So is the Sundering basically another rendition of the
The spell
Spell Plague?
Pretty much.
Okay. I wasn't sure, but I think it's like a different form of it because it's not Mistra necessarily dying, but it's her powers being stolen.
Yeah. There's been 2 spell plagues.
I think so, yeah.
First one was caused because of this situation, where her
Yes.
powers were stolen. Second one because he was killed. YOLO swag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YOLO swag.
420 blaze it. Dab. That's enough edge for me for one night. Thank you.
Oh god. I didn't think it was gonna work, but I was like, I might as well try dispelling it. I don't know. Maybe it'll do something.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. But yeah, I figured it was gonna do nothing.
At least you tried.
Shit. You
Get ready.
shit.
It's only gonna get worse from here.
We're probably good for like another episode, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that late. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. This has been another exciting episode of Double Time. We will be back again next week. Until then, goodbye.
Take care.